Hey guys, it's Kate. So today I filmed, for first time forever, whatever. I filmed my in-depth tips and tricks to my full base routine.
Oh, yeah? Did you?
Just base. Shut up. So if you want to see and hear some tips and tricks and tutorial of how you get a flawless base, then keep on watching. Okay, so I just cleansed and exfoliated my face. So now, stop it. So now I have to moisturize my skin, so I'm using the Neutrogena oil-free sensitive skin moisturizer. Excuse me, can you shut the f up? So I'm just gonna gently moisturize my skin. Okay, so once I'm done with moisturizing, it's time. Stop it! It's time to prime your skin. So my favorite go-to primer is the Maybelline Master Prime by Face Studio Blur and Smooth Primer. Looks like this. And I'm just gonna dab it all over my face. So primer basically keeps, it's a nice base for the way your foundation will look when it's laid and done. And it also keeps your foundation on for a longer time. And it's good to use primer so your skin doesn't get blotchy, it lasts all day, it doesn't do weird things, and it's just nice and even. Another primer I like to use is the No Pore Bloom Primer. Stop it! Is the No Pore Bloom Primer. Looks like this. And I like to put this on my cheeks or where I would have pores that are larger than others. I didn't. Okay. Most silicone-based primers are pore minimizing, so that's nice. Yeah. I like to press that into the skin. So now is when I usually cover up my... Can you stop that?
Can you suck my dick?
No. Okay, so now is the time I pretty much cover up my acne scars. Now, besides this, and this, everything else is scarring. So, that's fun. Don't pop your pimples, kids. It sucks.
You are kids.
So now I'm just taking my Maybelline Fit Me Concealer, just because it's cheap and I use it a lot. So, as I apply this, I make sure that it's not too thick of a layer, but every concealer becomes more full coverage if you let it dry for a little bit. So that's what I'm gonna do. So now I'm just gonna sit here and let it hang out. Just have a nice time.
It's not blended.
It's not supposed to be. It's bleeding from one color.
Fallon, she's being a cup.
So now I'm going to be blending this out with my finger. And I've already said in other videos, or whatever, I think I did. I don't know. But sponges soak up product, and if you use your finger, then there's no product getting soaked up. Okay, so now that I have my concealer down, it's time for foundation. So it's important to find a foundation
It just keeps getting, this is get higher
that
and higher. This thing's going up to 15 feet.
shading is very difficult because everyone always says go for your exact skin shade. But if your face is whiter than your body, then you're gonna look like this. Don't do that. And
What the hell?
I was told to cover your face while you're sun tanning because sun ages your skin. And yeah, so I said, okay, I just won't do my face. But you should really don't make your face the color of most your body, but don't make your face too light for your body. So, that being said, I'm going in with shade 20 of my MAC Fit Me, with my Maybelline Fit Me foundation, 120 Classic Ivory. This is the matte and poreless one. Never get the dewy one. This isn't even that matte. I have very dry skin and it's not matte, so get this. It's better. And I just take a dollop on the back of my hand like this. And then if you dot it all over your face, then you save more product rather than just going in with your beauty blender and putting it on your face. Because then all the product doesn't go on your skin, it goes in the beauty blender. So you do this first, it's just, I don't know, it saves it a little bit. Alright, now what I like to do is I like to grab my clean beauty blender this is what I do. I take my beauty blender, I take my cleanser, my face gel cleanser, and I put it in my hand and I scrub my beauty blender and really clean it. And then that's it. Right when it's clean, keep it damp, not soaking wet. Then just take it and then do your makeup. That's what I do. But whatever. I'm taking it on my hand and then I'm doing this. Just to really pack it on there. Make sure you use bouncing motion so you don't get streaky and you don't get, I don't know, you get the most coverage, I guess. So once you're all blended out, then it's time for a concealer. I like the brightening, highlighting effect to concealer, so I'm using my Tarte Shape Tape in shade Light Sand. So I'm going to take this and apply it to mostly the corners of under my eyes because that's where it's darkest. And then I like to just do like a little into my eye and like cheekbone for like the highlight. Because I don't like using a lot of concealer because one, this is expensive. And two, just because what's the point, you know? So now what I like to do is this part of the beauty blender is usually for your under eyes and stuff. And this is for foundation. So since this still has a foundation, I don't like my chin or my forehead too white. So I blend it out with my foundation side, just so it gives a lighter thing. And same thing for the forehead. And then underneath my eyes, I use this side. And I like to bring my concealer right up to the next to my nose to give more of that contoured look. Once that's all blended out, try not to move that much because everything will crease. So, to prevent creasing, you should use your setting powder. And to dry down all of your wet products, you should be using your setting powder. So, I have my Laura Mercier in shade Translucent. It looks like this. And I make sure all my creases are blended out. There's nothing to stay. We're just hang out.
Yeah.
And then you grab your damp beauty blender, tap it into the setting powder, and go right under your eyes. So now I take my damp beauty sponge, dip it into the powder.
Yeah, bitch!
I take my damp beauty sponge, dip it into the powder, and then I just kind of set my whole face in it because I don't want anything moving, anything patching up. I want everything locked in place and dried down, so when I add all my other things, it doesn't get muddy or anything. So that's important to keep in mind. So once I'm done setting the rest of my face, then we're going to start giving some dimensions. So that was just the blank piece of paper. So now we're ready to put on makeup. Now we're just blank. So next I like to grab my butter bronzer. This is from Physicians Formula. And I like to grab my e.l.f. Well, it's wore off. I like this brush because it's fluffy, it's still small, it fits in my stuff, and that's why I like it. So you get your bronzer on there and you just chisel out your features because you're going from blank piece of paper to masterpiece. So why am I bouncing? If you're blending out your stuff, you just go in circular motions, but very lightly, and then it gets the job done without scrubbing your skin and getting the foundation underneath. So don't do that. So my bronzer's on, but it's not that snatched. So I like to grab my Hoola bronzer and my... This is a more dense e.l.f. brush. This is the small tapered brush by e.l.f. I use this for my blush because it's more dense, which means it's going to bring more product, which means more pigment. And yeah, so I like to go with this, and I like just to tap into there very lightly because this is a very pigmented bronzer, and precisely chisel my cheekbones more. Now I'm bronzed and I'm done with bronzing. So I like to grab my Fit Me blush in shade 20. Looks like this. And I've already told you about this blush. It's very not pigmented, but it's pretty if you go subtle, and yeah.
If I would have known,
I like to tap this
like I did last year.
because it's not pigmented and it pushes the pigment into your skin. So now I go back into my Mercier translucent powder, put it back in the cap, grab my beauty blender, and cut your shit. It keeps your contour very clean because your face structure is supposed to go cheekbones in under the cheekbones and then back out and then jawline. I like to go down the sides of my nose. This also leaves like a white cast. So I don't know, it like low-key contours. I'm going to be grabbing my highlighter. This is my Morphe collaboration with Bretman Rock Babe in Paradise palette. This is a beautiful palette. I have loved this shade very much. What shade is that? Vacation. That is a very beautiful shade. Now my new favorite shade is this one. It's called Get Laid because it's a little bit more tan. So this is a very fluffy but more precise brush, and I'm just going to be applying that on top of my cheekbones for a more healthy and natural glow. So I apply it to right here on my forehead, under my eyebrow bone, on my brow bone, and the tops of my cheeks, cheekbones, whatever. And then I have to do the tip of my nose, but I want to brush off my stuff first. So I'm just going to grab a brush and circularly wipe away and blend in the same time my powder. See? We did it. So now I'm grabbing my highlighter and I'm actually going to go into Vacation because it is a little bit lighter, and I'm going to be doing the tip of my nose and then the bridge. See? Now it's like nice and more natural looking. Now's the time I would usually set my face with my setting spray, but I still have not bought any. So it locks it in place, it makes the powder blend into your skin, but I guess I'm just gonna live without that. This is when I finish my eyebrows and my eyelashes. So you ready? Boom, done. Okay, so I just finished it. That's it. So now it's done. That is my tips and tricks in-depth tutorial on on my base routine. So that's it. This is what it looks like. So yeah, thanks for watching. If you'd like to, please like and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram. And yeah, bye.